Hello and welcome back to Market TV Show. A lot of things happening right now in the markets. We'll take a dive into the S&P, the QQQ, the Dow Jones, small caps, the different sectors, semiconductors, and silver. Of course, also the FANG stocks. So let's take a look at the S&P today. It closes down with some little bit of weakness. Notice that we broke out of this range that we've been watching over the course of weeks now breaking up, having a little bit of follow through, and then hitting weakness. This coincide with the initial drop, this big gap here for the coronavirus drop, right there. That's a big gap down of 3.35%, and then that is a big resistance zone. And first time hitting it, got a bit of a sell-off. Are we going to see continuation back down and consolidate above on top of the consolidation zoning as like here, and then gather strength to move higher? We'll see. But if I were to be long, I'll be nervous at this moment in time. That's why I'm making this video. This was clearly a long once it broke above the trading channel, and then we took a little while to have some follow through, but we had it nonetheless. Everything's still bullish. The trend is up, higher highs, higher lows. Nothing is in trouble until we start closing below the green line. Orange line is when trend reversal is more likely, and then once we break the red line, then we're going to resume the downtrend, and that's going to be challenging the lows of March here. But look, don't get too ahead of ourselves. One day at a time. Just keep that into perspective. QQQ, Nasdaq. Nasdaq was the big winner, driving the market up yesterday, and now leading the market downward. This was, to me, was more obvious that was going to happen like this. I was scaling into futures the night before. When you take a look at what happened yesterday, let's do more clear if we do NQ, the actual futures. You can see after a sideways consolidation of about 5 days, right? So it's going to break either up or down. We broke up, and when we broke up, we never looked back. You see how strong this uptrend, but you see how the candles started to thin out, got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you see the overbought RSI was starting to curl. This was the clue to me, at least, that a correction is likely before we go any higher. Shorts in play. I don't know how far it's going to drop today, but I was thinking it was just going to drop just to here and go sideways and then continue further, but we drop more. And right now it's after market closed up a little bit, but we don't know until we have a full night's trading. As of now, very hard to go long or short in QQQ or the Nasdaq because we have a lot of the big FANG stocks gonna report soon, and the market tends to hold where it is before it decides which direction it wants to go after earnings. That's when it usually happens. But if I have to pick, I would say higher. We haven't even tested the green line for a while. If we do get a sell-off continuation, we probably hit here and then continue higher. However, if we look at it, the bigger picture, you see we have a divergence happening here. It's just in play. Lower highs like that, and we're making higher highs for our for price. So if we continue to go higher up to here, and that would be another good opportunity to short, just like here. The longer this goes on, the harder the correction or the trend change is going to happen. Just if you look back in history, you see what I'm talking about. You see how we had almost equal highs here, and then we had a lower high, and price made higher high, and look what happened. And we go back further in time, you'll see a similar pattern. So keep that in mind. But until something happens significantly on the prices that indicates the trend is changing, the bias is up. Dow Jones, not as bullish as the two indices, still below the peak from the June sell-off on the 9th, continuation down. Although we did close above all the moving averages, so that is bullish. Right now, it looks like a bull flag consolidation. A slight update, came back down. Pretty much a nothing burger here, just like here. Maybe if we get another flush down and create and then come back with some sort of buying, create a full wick, then I will be more confident going long and challenge that previous high here, about 3% away. It also helps to look at the individual stocks underneath the Dow 30. Looking at small caps, same idea here as Dow Jones. A little stronger, bullish, but ever so slightly, right? Maybe we'll come back and test it again. As long as we stay above this price, this zone here, we should be going higher. Looking at the different sectors, the biggest ones, biotech. Biotech has been really strong lately, and now it's looks like it's showing some weakness. Notice, like I said about divergence, right? Higher highs, right, and lower highs. So we're seeing the same divergence on QQQ as is on biotech with biotech, and so this was a good opportunity to go short, but now, we'll see what we see, because it is very news driven as well, and as part of the whole virus situation, I wouldn't get too bearish until it closes below the 20, the green line, and then the orange line. But definitely don't want to be long here. I want to be long on support. Looking at XLV, the healthcare sector, looking a little toppy here, just like the other sectors. Look at how far we are from the moving averages. No divergence like the other ones, but it did clear the all-time high right here. And notice same pattern, right? Lower high, and then boom, we have the trend change. XLF, financial sector, was the lagging sector, a very important sector for the U.S. economy. This is the trend line that we were looking at. Whoops, sorry, right there. Very whippy around this time. We were dancing on support. Thought we had to break down, but we recovered, and then we started moving back up sideways, and now we're looking like we're going to continue with the uptrend here. So far, so good. If we clear another green up day, we should be good for a run up to test this high. This pivot right here, this red candle, and then after that, the 200-day, the red line. If we don't clear that, then we should have another sell-off and buy support again until we break the red line, and we can continue this uptrend. XLK, the biggest sector, technology, just like the other the other stuff we were looking at, higher highs in price but lower highs in RSI, indicating weakness. And today was a big sell-off, as you see on the Qs. Same thing happened with the semiconductors. We're seeing higher highs in price, lower highs in RSI, indicating weakening in strength of the trend. Again, still bullish though. As long as we're above all these moving averages, we're still bullish. The trend is your friend until the end. So let's look at something a little different here. Let's take a look at silver. Silver was very significant move today. This is the weekly. Let's go to the daily, up 7.15%. And it has been going on an uptrend since this big sell-off here, breaking above its highs. When you take a look at the bigger picture, look at how far, look at how long we've been going sideways ever since back here in 2015. We've been going sideways essentially, and then we ever so slightly made a higher high right there. Boom, broke that high. At that high now, if we break that high, then odds favor that we're going to see a continued uptrend. So when we do finally get a pullback after all those weeks of higher highs, I probably would like to get in long around this zone on the highs of these previous candles, or as close as the moving average as I can. But it looks bullish. Compared to gold, though, it's very lagging. You see how gold almost made it to its all-time high at around 2,000. But it's there is negative divergence on the daily here. So a trend reversal is being built in there. It's being baked in. So correction is likely to come soon. Are we going to break the all-time high? I think so. That will make good headline. And so then it will make everybody go long. And then once the mania starts, that's when the quick reversal that could happen out of nowhere. And I think that would be a good time to short. Other than that, it's still very bullish. So I wouldn't go try to time the market to go short there at this time. FANG stocks, Apple, earnings coming up July 30th, so ways away. However, we're starting to see weakness on the uptrend here. We haven't tested the 200, the green line since this point here in April. So odds favor that we're going to test the green line, get a bounce, and then maybe run up toward earnings. And then from the earnings, we'll see what happens. Amazon, big green update yesterday. Another reason why I wanted to go short on the Qs or NQ, because we're still underneath this big sell zone here, but then it was way overbought on the hourly, as you can see here. It just kept going up even after hour, and look at how high the RSI was. And a reversal is likely for at least a little bit of a sell-off, and there we had it there. Where did we go from here? Still up. It's an uptrend as long as we stay above the green line. Netflix about to break the green line, right? We're right on support. If buyers don't come in here and we break below and close below, then the first target for sellers is 456. This orange line. Notice how we bounced off here with a very bullish hammer candle, and we went on this big up move here. And this is after earnings, so the direction of the move, all the volatility here before the earnings has already been done. So if we do establish a new trend, then there's not much of a headline risk for Netflix. If we do break the red line, that's going to be a big trend reversal. Test the red line, about 18% away. Facebook, sideways. Not bullish, not bearish. This is the holding pattern that I think that's going to happen on many of the big stocks here, going up and down, not doing much until we hit the earnings report and see where the market wants to go. Last time we hit the orange line, tested it, went below, we covered real quick, and then right back above the green line. No, nothing interesting as of late. Google, looking toppy here for the short term, making higher highs while making lower lows or equal highs on RSI. Indicating strength is weakening at this point in time. And here we had, when we had the big red candle here last week, looks like, we had some sort of intraday follow through and came back, and we've been sideways. Are we going to do the same? I think very likely we're going to have some continuation. Are we going to get follow through it like a solid red candle? That will be pretty bearish on short term. If we do get that tomorrow, and then the target will be the green line before some recovery, some bounce. Other than that, still a bullish trend. Earnings date is July 30th as well, just like Apple. Microsoft, same thing. Although is tomorrow, yeah, after hours tomorrow. Microsoft and I think it was Tesla. So these are going to move on its own. So that's it. That's all I want to cover today. Let me know if you have any questions. Please hit the like, subscribe, and talk to you soon.